guys said that. Rejected me from streaming university. Oh, this tastes like shit. Why do people even meme this? Wait. What am I doing? What am I doing soaking like this? Crying in the shower? No. Kaisenak told me in order for me to make it big, I need to not give up on my dreams. I shouldn't be doing this. Drinking? In a fucking shower? No. No, I must continue my content dreams. He told me in it, don't give up. Keep pursuing that dream. I'm gonna keep pursuing that dream, no matter the cost. Yes, and I know just the perfect game. Yeah, just the perfect one. God, this still tastes like ass. Yes. This. Make all the content come to me as if it was treasure. To a toast. Success. God, why do I still drink this? This shit tastes like ass.
Hello everybody, my name is Captain Matt Drahoon, and in honor of the fact that Kaisenat has not allowed me into Stream University for unprecedented and unknown reasons, I've decided to take the last bit of his contract to heart, and as such, I'm going to actually do something for once, and that for once is of course going to be, I don't know, fucking something. So, this game is a little old. It's definitely dead horse by now, but I figured, fuck it. I've never touched it. I've barely fucking seen shit about it, besides a few funny memes. And so without further ado, let's discover why I want to hug that gator. September 4th. Year? 21, month, 2030, 23 BC. Amid the arid heat of the morning of the Volcandra Bluffs, I can't help but miss living in the more temperate weather of the Midwest. Summer sleeves are in style this year. That jacket aroma blog better be right. This Sunday thing is killing me. Well, at least it's guaranteed to start to get chiller in the next few weeks. Besides, I'm sure to make an impression with this, whatever that is, and Flint is all the rage these days. So I'm leaning on the back of the hard plastic seating of the metro. I'm on my way to the first day in a new school. Ordinary, I'd be glued to my phone on this trip, but there's just too much going on in my mind right now. My folks' Sitch requires us to move frequently, which gives me limited time to fit in. Much like how a rolling stone gathers no moss, I could never make a friend. I'd keep longer than a year. This is just like Persona 4. Just a lot of promises to keep in touch that peered off within months. Admittedly, it's my fault in the end. That's what all going to change. Starting today. Going into my senior year now, it's my very last chance to prepare for the world ahead. Lucky for me, cards are stacked in my favor. I feel around my backpack for my DSLR. My fingers can abstinently fiddle with the moto dial. St. Hammond High School is extremely well known for their artist curriculum. In other words, I'm surrounded by people that share my interests, even if it's a little bit of a ride away. Speaking of rides, I was hoping my parents could drive me there today. By the time I was up, though, I had already left for work. No big deal. Like the hustle and bustle of public transport. I imagine I'm going to have to get used to this anyways. As time passes, my mind wanders to memories of previous schools. They all sucked. I need to make the most of the situation I'm in. Not getting all sad like this. I need to do something like Oh, these are choices. Take a selfie with the hobo next to me, and I won't get stabbed. Get up and breathe that fresh city air. Remain seated and do nothing, wuss. Take a selfie. I'm interrupted by the ding of the terminal board, and the car's gradual starts coming to a stop. I stopped at the metro, and I left the station as I follow a few other students heading towards the school. Oddly enough, I'm only seeing dinosaur students. Not another human to be seen anywhere. That's one of those dino-heavy regions. There's a lot of greenery here as well. You almost forget how close you are to a major city. The pathway leads to a stone bridge that goes over a small creek. As I walk across, I notice other students meet in pairs and walk with each other. The air begins to fill with the sounds of laughter and stories about how their summer break went. Ah, there it is. The school peeks over the trees ahead of me, as though inspecting and welcoming me inside. St. Hamid High School, my new home away from home for the next year. I stopped to take a deep breath. The air here is crisp. Reminded me of an old campground I went back in elementary school. Once again, I'm handed the opportunity to make something of myself. I'm apprehensive, but hopeful. It's my last shot at this. There's no going back. I take my first step onwards. Here we go again. Oh, it's animated. Students' Mill, about a front yard. The school is known for its heavily prioritized art programs. Over 2/3 of the graduates end up pursuing a career in the arts, and while half of them regret it, from what I've heard, there's still plenty that made it, right? Since the management's calm to frame, facades of the front entrance being dominated by a vibrant mural. I got a good feeling about this place. A few students eyeball me as I continue walking in. Some friends whisper to each other. I just knew this jacket would pay off. The front doors are propped wide open, and I already feel a cool breeze inviting me in. Inside, it's a familiar yet brand new sight. Whoa. I haven't mentioned it yet, but this school is unique for its student body. It's composed of entirely dinosaurs, all manner of subterranean herbivores and otherwise. Oh. Scales, feathers, tails. Is that a tether? Wings, talons, and webbed hands. Not to mention any of the colors. All vibrant enough to challenge the bright murals on the school outside. Dozens of students march about, connecting with past friends and meeting new others. Some anxiously glance at... Is that Dexter and that one guy? I don't know. Some anxiously glance at their schedules, checking every door as though they are numbered at random. I probably shouldn't be standing here, staring... Oh! Is that a human? Oh. I'm surrounded by a crowd of neon-colored teenagers. Clearly, my jacket is working like a charm. Oh, he's like a life-size mannequin! Hey, new kid! Is that what it's like to be popular? I really wasn't expecting this to happen so quickly. A few students are taking pictures with their phones. Some with sketchbooks and pens in hands, rapidly scribbling on pages. Wow! A human! Are you like a foreign exchange student? Chaos of feeling new people touching my hands. Whoa! Human skin feels weird! Jeez. You haven't called for? Sweating as this is, that's the take it off a bit. Oh, it's not that bad. There's too much happening, and I don't want to be a party pooper. A few people shout at me to get my attention. Hey, could you look over here for a side profile? Oh man, this will be good for reference material. Wait, I need to get a better look at the skin texture. Once again, I find myself frozen, muttering quietly as I hastily try to follow their instructions. Eventually, all the subterraneans take their photos and talk to themselves before dispersing to their own friend groups. By the time I recover from the shock of the situation, the last one breaks off and I find myself seemingly all alone again. Oh. That was my chance to socialize. I blew it. You're a human, right? The Triceratops girl leans forward, scanning me all up and down. This is it. Time to seal the deal and get a new friend. Yeah. Close enough. Hey, can I, like, get a selfie with you? It'd be great for one of my classes. Yeah, definitely. She puts an arm around my back, shoulder hug as she poses dramatically. Maybe a bit too friendly? Big smile now! She takes a picture and checks it enthusiastically. So, I'm Inko. Huh? Oh, cool. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. Oh. What's the photo for, by the way? She pauses, aloofly chewing some gum. My fashion design class. That jacket is ballin'. Ah. Thanks for the pic, hon. Well, I feel my shoulders sag as I take in the new sparse hallway around me. Must have been my 15 minutes of fame. I don't even think it lasted 15 minutes. There's no way I've already blown it. I try to shake off the negative thoughts, focus on the positive. For a brief moment, I was the talk of the school. Yeah. Familiar sounds draw my attention. I know what that is. At the end of the hall, there's someone kneeling. One of the latest camera models, if I'm not mistaken. Hey! The guy flinches. I flinch too. I hadn't meant to shout at him. A few students around me bat an eye at it, though. Sorry about the yell. No, it's fine. I managed to get the shot when I wanted. The suspected boy, I think he's a parasaur, double checks the camera display and smiles. Yep, perfect. This'll be a fine print by the yearbook. Can I see it? He grins to show me his interest. Of course! Here! He turns the display toward me, showing a shot of the hallway. As me as the front point. Pretty good, right? Look a little closer. Notice that I think it's a little out of focus. And dark. What do you have for your f-stop set at? Ah, shit. He stops and glances at me, pleasantly surprised to get a real answer. Yeah, I'm a better photographer myself. I'm taking it as an elective, too. With Mr. Landacan? Thinking back to my memorized class schedule, the name does sound familiar. Yep. Oh, snap! Cool, we'll be classmates. Mr. Landacan's busy. He just teaches it for one period. He offers his hand out for a handshake. I'm Ben. I'm Inko. Friend achieved. I'm actually new here. Kinda figured, being the only human student this year and all. St. Hamid isn't one of the more popular schools, but the staff had put a lot of effort into the arts program, for the campus itself is designed like a living art piece. So if you've ever need help... With a pause, I'm guessing he's offering some help. I wouldn't say no to a tour. A tour, you say? Well, only going back to the principal's office, but I can put out some neat stuff along the way. He raises an eyebrow to himself in contemplation. Might be a good idea to meet the principal, too. He waves for me to follow him. Time to take a swig. Turns out he isn't an avid photographer like me, but he's also the student council principal. One of his priorities was taking photos for the school's yearbook for the first day page. Every few minutes we paused so Ben could take a couple shots, mainly of the students walking with each other. And while I would watch, I had considered helping him in some way. I mean, the camera looks amazing. There's all these extra lunges in the bag. I feel absolutely elation to know someone's into photography. I want to broach it, but Ben fills the air between us, talking more about the school. Which is why we still go by the Feathertails, even though I think it's a tad disrespectful. Dang, you're pretty good at this. Do you give these tours to all the new students? Ha! Not really. Although it is something I've thought about a lot. Oh, hold that thought. Hey, Laura! Ben goes to another student, picking up some intricate wall banners. Oh, hey, Ben. You have a good summer vacation? I did. Great work on the decorations. They look even better than last year's. Oh, thank you. What's all this for? She steps aside so I can get full view of the banner that she just finished with. The Cultural Arts Club! We meet every Thursday after school and look at the architectural artwork. She initially looked past me and talked with Ben, but she gasps when she realizes, hey, you're a human, right? Oh, that's a silly question. You should totally join. Just love human culture. It's an amazing set of ancient masks at my place from ancient Europe. I just adore them. Wow, that's impressive. I think you make a good curator. You know what? I probably would. After that club display during Spirit Week last year, I gotta agree. I spent weeks studying that tribe and more weeks practicing those dances. We also study and paint those styles like we're learning the techniques of the old masters. Hopefully we'll even be getting into sculpting like old Venus statues. Plan on getting one last look at someone this year. What do you think? It'd be great if you could come. Yeah, that'd be neat. What do you say, Inko? Maybe. I do love culture. Oh, that's great. Oh, listen, we have this old chieftain's dress that we've had for ages. We have to see what it looks like on the real thing. I'll think about it. Probably I'd sooner endure a school second impact event if I wear something like that. Well, hey, nice to catch up, Loren. We got places to be. Take care. Bye. She waves us off and then continues leading me to the principal's office. Dang chair. Hey, Ben. Oh, hey, Michael. Listen, we can't talk right now, but I'd love to catch up later. Bye. I'm floored. This guy seems to know about just everyone in the school as much as they know him. Talk about him being on top of things. He points out a few more minor landmarks in the school and stops to greet a number of students happy to see him after the summer's break. Man, sorry for having to stop so much. No worry, I think it's cool. You know everyone. If only it could be cool without making us late. He notices a few more noteworthy landmarks, eventually leading me to its biggest draw. A hallway. I already know that this place is known for art. Wow, God. Even outside the administration offices, the hallway is just filled with wonderful pieces of artwork. Paintings line the walls with name placards beneath detailing who the artists were, all created by alumni and attending students of the school. Fuck. And this is the gala. All of these pieces have been featured in all kinds of articles and presentations. Whoa. I know, right? One moment. Ben turns to the nearest door and gives it a polite nod. Who is it? It's me. It's me, Principal Scalar. No great. Oviraptor, no older than his mid-30s, exits the room holding a steaming mug and sporting a tired smile. Good morning, Benjamin. Good morning. Inko, this is our esteemed principal. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. Her eyes shoot wide amidst coffee. Oh, I hadn't noticed. You would be Mr. Gunito, yes? Yes, but my name... How wonderful! Got as the enthusiastic smile instead replaced with a very wide smile. I'm so happy that you chose our school for your last year, Mr. Nito. Ben, I'm sure you give him be sure to give him a thorough St. Hammond welcome, okay? I already was. If you ever need assistance, my office is always open, Mr. Nito. Not to mention the student council is also available for help. Isn't that right, Ben? Yes, Principal Scalar. Thank you, Principal Scalar. Oh, and Ben, a moment, please. But... Principal, the Parasaurus gets dragged into the office, leaving me alone in the school gala. Whatever they're saying, I can't hear over the ambient nuisances of the stored body. Either way, it's probably not something I'm meant to hear. I move a few feet out of earshot of the discussion inside. On the wall beside me is a framed panoramic landscape of the city painted by hand. Ooh. That's nice. Wow. I could practically use this thing as a map of how detailed it is. I wonder it's hanging so prominently by the principal's office. The gentle brushstrokes, the vibrant colors, evening sun blocking out each of the windows, majestic scarlet enveloping horizon, all of which combines together to give it a dreamscape feeling like it's an idealized version of the city. I'm slowly learning that I am like either just illiterate or have some kind of inability to read. It's beautiful. I've never been a big admirer of paintings, but I can't deny that this is a masterpiece. Only a teacher would be able to express the scenic beauty of the city with this level of painting. I withdraw to my Covian Stone 60 in my bag. With a compact lens, I keep barely fit in the painting frame of the shot. Checking the copy on my display, I realized I left out the title, the artist of the piece. The tag says, Dreamscape Artist, O. Halford, 9th grade. First place. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the hell? What did I do? What the? First place. A freshman did this. Jeez. Now I look at the rest of the paintings. This is insane. It's all so much better than what I've made. Almost all the pieces are beautifully drawn. Acrylic, charcoal, pastel, that was acrylic. And not even one photo. Hey, Inko, I'm back. I'm a senior. How on earth am I even meant to start measuring up to this? Hey, Inko? Let me turn on. What's that sound? Bud nudges me with the back of his hand as the commotion gets closer. Hey, watch it, jackass! Slow your roll, leather face! My leg! I watch as the perpetrator, aggressor, aggregator finally runs the corner, barreling down the hallway, seeping right towards us. My instincts kick in and he stumbled to the side of the ongoing collision. For just a split second, I get a good look at my assailant. Whoa. Green scales, messy hair, and a faded purple hoodie. She propels herself forward with dexterous hands spinning on the large wheels on her. I only notice she's in a wheelchair. I didn't even notice you could go that fast on one of those. She glances my way, her pupils locking in mine. Her gray and gold eyes are marred by bags, like she hasn't slept in days. The girl's entire presence is ghost-like. And that expression, it's like she looks straight through me. I'm sure she barely recognizes my existence, but I think I'll ever forget that face. Just as fast as she came, however, she's gone. I want to hug that gator. As she leaves, I feel like weight is lifted from my shoulders. At least until I trip directly into the glass case behind me. Oof. Hey, watch it! Whoops. Parasaur's hands rub over the display carefully, his eyes filled with worry. You looking for something? Cracks. Usually when the student falls on them, it's some kind of crack or scratch. Guess that's just a dino thing. You humans are lucky you don't gotta wear sweats. You gotta sweat over this kind of stuff. That happen often? Often enough to drain school funds and repairs. That can't be good. Well, not to brag. I make do. A vibrant chime echoes through the empty hall. I freeze. It's already on the first day. Yeah. Whoops. Sorry to run on like that. You should get going to your first class. I won't need a tardy slip or something? Nah, it's the first day. Teachers are lenient. I'm fine either way, since, you know. Oh, one of the benefits of being the class prez. What's your first period? Physical education. Ben sucks the air through his teeth with a prolonged wince. Yes? You'll be fine. Gymnasium's down that way. Don't, keep him waiting long. I need to get going too. Who waiting? I gotta go, bye! Whoa, he walks fast, like he has somewhere to be. Damn chair always making, like, what the fuck is this? That's a lot of noise for a damn chair. The reaction doesn't instill confidence in me. I follow Ben's directions towards the school gymnasium. After all the earlier commotion, it's the first quiet moment of myself. Might as well take to finally sort my. Ah! God, I can't read. Let's see what I think of this place so far. It's certainly livelier than any of the other schools I've been to. Ever since I set foot in here, everything has been so lively. Everyone seems so exuberant. It makes me feel a bit out of my depth since I'm so used to the opposite. Here, people, like that girl earlier, are eager to share their hobbies almost without being prompted. Everyone else has been people, just kept to themselves, like they're the only one there because they have to be. It hits me. This school's art program attracts people. The students here don't have to be here. They're choosing to be here. That's why it's so active. Well, alright. What can I do with this information? Means I could probably be friends with almost anyone I want, right? Weird to say, but with everyone here sort of walking with each other, other boundaries, insist a little of camaraderie too. Maybe I won't even have to try? I'm almost at the gymnasium though, so I won't be holding that thought for later. Ah, gym class. All the boys are separated from the men, whereas the Herculean physiques are able to show off their sculpted bodies. I begin to remember how much I dreaded going to PE. The innumerable bad experiences from past schools pale in comparison to the many skidded knees and broken glass. Hopefully this school's PE is a lot less grueling. As I stand before the wooden double doors leading into the gymnasium, I'm struck with how empty the area looks. That's followed by me catching the sound of physical activity coming from within the gym itself. Shoot, I really am late. Ben's earlier warning echoes in my head like a foreboding spirit. I peer through the small windows of the doors and see students standing shoulder to shoulder. Towering over them is a primate who I can only guess is our gym teacher with his arm crossed and a scowl on his face. Hope I could get away with being tardy. As I walk through the... Okay. My first thought is how lucky I am to be alive. I don't even know what was thrown at me, but it might as well have been a cannonball. I spot the gym teacher, who even though through his baseball cap I could feel his stare of rage piercing through my soul, sudden intensity, that the ideal throwing form. It only missed by centimeters. That was a warning shot.
Know this, and know it well, son. I have a policy. Each of my platoons gets one free miss from me a year, and you just spent it!
I shift my eyes from the students lined up next to him. They're also stiff with fear that I can tell what they're feeling.
You got 3 seconds to lay down flat in your squadron! Why in the name of the great name of David Clark are you late?
Well, He didn't move. Hint taken, I should shut my mouth. A similar student starts marching back and forth like a drill sergeant.
Listen up! Because I'm only saying this once! In this class, we operate on tough love. We learn from our mistakes, so you better pray to Raptor Jesus you won't forget them. Because if you do...
With 3 monstrous steps, the coach closes his distance of 10 yards to tower over me.
I will be very upset. It reflects poorly on all of us, and that is not something I will accept. So I would love to see you maggots succeed, but if you don't, I'll make it unforgettable. Am I understood?
I nod my head in fear.
Fan-freaking-tastic! Now then, join the rest of your ranks and stiffen up!
Once my bladder is intact, I shuffle over to where my colleagues stand. I feel them staring at me with anger, like I'm responsible for the coach's teaching style. What an appalling first impression to make. Maybe I should quit and start over somewhere else while I still can. The teacher takes a second to glance over us, reminding himself of where he was before I had interrupted.
Attention! Maggots! You will all drop and give me 20 of the finest push-ups! Those guts best be in ants farm of prestige gym floor or else.
The violent blow of his whistle, coach takes his position to show proper technique. I had my wince as my knees impacted roughly on the gym floor. The real pain starts when I try to pace with everyone around me. My biceps and forearms threaten to splinter from the weight of my body and the speed of my jerking movements. I never realized how badly out of shape I was.
On your feet, bipedal slugs!
Ha ha ha. This guy, he ain't human. Some kind of primate, maybe? A close relative. I feel my muscles hollowing in pure agony as I force myself up from the gymnasium floor. By the time I'm back on my feet, my breathing is heavy and coming out of whistles. God, oh God, hold on. I am not gonna have a voice tomorrow.
Now then, since it is only the first day of school, how about we have ourselves a good old game of dodgeball?
Did he say dodgeball? Oh yeah, dodgeball time. I shoot a glance towards the overly enthusiastic diamond next to me, who's overly ecstatic by the prospect of the upcoming game. We only finished warm-up and my muscles are already screaming. My knees shake, my lungs burn, and I'm so drenched in sweat that I'm sure I might need to take a shower after this. I don't really want to play dodgeball. Aren't we lucky? First day of school, we get to play a game. I don't do dodgeball. Why not? Not exactly.
Alright, maggots! Pick a side and keep the numbers even! This is a suicide match!
And free for all too.
Damien! Why don't you socialize by picking your teammates? Shades! You're on blue team!
Wait, but why are there teams if it's a free-for-all? Oh, right, I'm going with the human dude. We figure out the rules of the dodgeball game. The Dilophosaurus wraps an arm around my neck and brings me to the side of the field.
Oh, one more thing.
I leer over, and his leer and tone freezes me to the spot.
What's the first rule? We got only one!
Have fun?
Gang up for the weakest one!
Wait, what? In a matter of seconds, the gymnasium becomes a full-grown battleground. I do my best to dodge the oncoming flurry of red rubber spears coming my way like bullets. I dive to the ground, avoiding the oncoming projectiles as they soar overhead and pelt my comrades. I hear the blows, the guttural groans of those who've already succumbed to the onslaught of inflated orbs. Combat crawling way away from the fierce front, I entrench myself along the edge of the field with hopes of being ignored. I gaze on the rest of my allies and, oh god, it's a full rout. So many So how's the first day at school treating you, bro? I look up to see the thin dino, the same pink Dilophosaurus who dragged me to the side of the court, staring at me and smiling. What do you think? I watch as he casually dodges an oncoming ball before throwing his own. Name's Damien, by the way. Inko, nice to meet you.
You two! Come down! And reels! Who said you two had time to talk? Does my gymnasium look like a teasing bait stage?
I mean, if we got some of those stands with an auditorium, maybe. I know this guy's uncle really make a classy podium. I look up at the Canadian with absolute bewilderment. What's this guy thinking? The coach looks like he's about to explode.
Do not play smart with me, son! I will shut that trap so I am first focus on the enemy!
Damien just smiles, gives the coach a thumbs up as if we aren't in the middle of an active war zone. Got it, Mr. Solly.
That's Coach Solly to you! What do you hold up sleeve? Shades, make yourself an easy target on the floor! Get up and play to win!
I guess it's my time to do my worth. But I'm not actually good at dodgeball. Oh, maybe I could do the whole blocking thing for everyone. Maybe that'll make everyone's appearing me for wasting a running shot. But that's where things change. I could totally run this around. All equal on the court. Ball aimlessly whizzes in the corner to be my ammunition. I somehow weave 2 shots at me and pick up the ball. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it now. I'm on fire. There's no way I'm losing now. I dive on the ball and start blocking any shots across our side of the battlefield. Yeah, I'm doing great. Block 1, block 2, block 3. Now I'm really feeling it. I bet everyone's staring at me now. The thought of playing the game suddenly left my mind like it was never there. Who cares? Doing this is more than enough. I could be the Hey, new guy. A new voice catches my attention. Crimson Parasaurus. Think fast! What? Oh. The floor is cold. Maybe I shouldn't have come here after all. A pair of extremely dirty sneakers enter my field of view. Gotta get up, Shades? No, I give up. Nope. Oh man, that hurts. How long was I out? I'm laying on something soft. Where am I? My vision clears and I sit up in the plastic bed. Sir is bright in here. What the fuck are my eyes? Oh shit! They broke my sunglasses! Lucky I brought my reserve pair. Also, much better. I stand for the rubber mattress, taking in the tiny room finally. All alone? Have a school nurse or anything? Oh, there she is. Looks like she's attending to another student who has his snout stuck in a cone. Huh. Looking at the clock on the wall, it's already noon. I'll explain the pounding headache. Finally awake, Shades? Oh no, that's the fucking coach. Fuck. I set Ramrod straight. Sphere of God is stricken in me one more time. Calm yourself, cadet. You ate dirt pretty hard back there. Oh man. Yeah. Wait, you did that? I did. I pretended you were right in the back. You know why? I pelted you right in the back. You know why? Because I messed up? Be more specific, kid. Because I couldn't be a good teammate and got hit in the face? Wrong. It was after that. Nothing happened after that. No. You gave up. But I was doing well. You think so? I was blocking the balls and... You weren't blocking anything. You were showing off. You found a single thing you could do and started dancing around like a clown. You focused on the easy thing, gave up on the real thing. You were so focused that you had you look around for a moment. And here you are. I know a defeated man when I see one. And there's no way in hell I'm letting a student of mine give up so easily. It's the first period of the first day and you've already given up. Either way, that's a pretty bad lump you ended up with. You gotta warn some students around you, if you know what I mean. I'll blink a few times before I recall the chick that yelled me to catch, followed by a pounding in my face. That one, she's, He chuckles to himself a bit. She's something, alright. Yeah, looked like the devil herself. Anyways, take the rest of the day off, kid. What? I'm telling you to go home. Principal gave me the okay. I feel my head again. Another stab of pain. I'm really not back in the good mood. I was getting lectured about this like a few moments ago. Well, I don't want to give up so easily. No, you should go home to your folks. He scratches the back of his head, slightly embarrassed. Right, about that. We tried calling him earlier. Couldn't reach him. I give a half-sad smile. Yeah, sounds about right. I could make a home fire by myself. He nods. When you get back, don't give up so easily. He holds the door the nurses to open. I nod and exit the office. Coach Solly closing the door behind us. Oh, and here's for tomorrow. A brown bag is shoved in my arms along with my backpack. Peeking in, I see something blue and gold and wrapped in plastic. If you hadn't been late, you would have changed into those. Thank you, sir. Next time, Shades. Think faster. Got it? Yes, sir. He smiles, is positively unnerving. Now scram, cadet! I like this coach. This coach is pretty cool. I would deep fry him an entire cow. Well, this is officially the worst first day I've ever had. As my feet drag along the lindium floor, I can't help but painfully think of all the failures of the past few hours. Now, thanks to the prominent bump at the back of my head. Ow. I'm worse than everyone here on a creative and physical level. I know, I really shouldn't be bothered by it, but I hate seeing how far behind I am compared to everyone else. And I thought I'd make new friends. What was I thinking? I stop and shake my head a bit. What the heck am I doing sulking like this? It's a bad first day, but it's just the first day. There's still all the rest. I still met Ben and Damien. They're pretty cool. I'm not gonna let my optimism be ruined just because of a bad dodgeball match. Just you wait, Sir St. Hammond. Today was a test run. Tomorrow's the real deal. Morning comes. Ow. Ooh. I've always had a decent internal clock, but it's a new record for me to get accustomed to new sleep schedule in just one day, especially with this full-grown lump on my scalp. I move my arm away from my sheets, feel my head. Yeah, this is pretty good. Could be worse though. All right, time to get up. I slip out of bed and yawn, stretching my arms and cracking my spine a bit. My new room is pretty nice, quite spacious, even with all the still-seated boxes. I brush my hand over them, the one with my other clothes. I'll get around to opening them at some point. Right now, though, it's time for breakfast. This is just someone's house. I shuffle downstairs with the heart of my house. The morning sunbeams through the window draws my eye to look out to the new neighborhood. The driveway is empty. Looks like my parents are already gone for the day. No surprise, really. It's all they ever focus on. The shiver runs up my spine as I step on the icy tiles in the kitchen. My eyes are drawn to some taped up boxes that are still scattered across the counters. There's a familiar sticky note on the fridge. I don't even have to read it to know what it says. At this point, Mom's just wasting paper. The least she could do is reuse the same note, small addendums on it. I stack the plate from the nearest drawer and open up the freezer. No fresh produce to be seen, but there's still mostly boxes of breakfast burritos. Yeah, I've been trying to appreciate authentic cultures more. Plate loaded with a few minuscule flour-wrapped meals, I set the microwave and wait for the burritos. Hope they burn. While I wait, I check my phone. I scan over my news feed, check out a few of the people I'm subscribed to. Hopefully there's something to watch during my meal. Unfortunately, no one posts videos or streams this early in the morning. Guess I'll have to watch a suggested video then. Prop my phone up, click something random. At the ding of my microwave, I retrieve my breakfast, carrying it carefully so I don't burn my hands at the bottom of the plate. I give the first burrito bite test and... ugh, insides are still cool. I don't even want to stick it back in though. The tortilla would just become a brick then. I shrug it off, continue chewing and watch my phone. Top of the morning, folks! By the time the video ends, I'm finished halfway thawed burritos. Packing my phone, I slip the plate into the sink and head on for the day. This time, I'm at least getting through the day. Today's survival. Tomorrow, thrival. I'll work on it. Yeah. On the metro again, I take a little bit more time to check out my surroundings. The sun shines through the window across my normal seat. This is one chick from yesterday, probably on her way to work. It's probably a set routine for her at this point. She always does a bit of makeup. She does a bit of makeup first, then checks her phone for the rest of the way. When the sun goes through the window, it highlights her hair. Really neat way. Like a movie poster, almost. I take a picture, but then again, it'd be a little too awkward for me. Also, everything's disappeared. Why is it so dark? I'll say Herman training you so far, Mr. Nito. The voice is so deep, I feel it reverberate in my bones, calls from above. Oh crap, I can't do it with a deep voice. What the fuck? I'm taken aback by his authoritative stature. His head is nearly grazing the top of the passenger car. How did he even get in here? Oh, it's been great so far, Mr.
Ferris.
He offers his hand for a handshake. Though his palm smothers my entire hand. How do you know my name?
It's clear you're going to school. The nearest one is St. Hammond, and I'm already aware of a new human student, if you don't mind my profiling.
Whoa. You got it all just from looking at me?
I'm partially joking. Your full name is printed on your backpack. You know that's dangerous, right?
Oops. Yep, that's me, alright.
But please, I know it's only the first few days since the year started, but I'd like to hear your opinion so far.
Is this a questionnaire or something?
Not exactly, but it's an important student assignment of mine.
What's that mean?
Oh, what am I being secretive for? I'm here to audit your school, see the teachers and all the students, make sure it's a proper place of learning. I wish it were something you wanted to be secretive about. More often than not, it's just paperwork and office politics.
Oh, alright then. My thoughts drifted the school so far. I considered telling him about a teacher nailing me in the dodgeball to make it a point. Nah, I'm over it. Well, the classes I have are great. The teachers have a dynamic bunch. He thumbs the inside of his coat for his pen, but decides he doesn't need it yet.
I see. Any favorites?
I mean, I don't like to have favorites. All the staff seem pretty lively. First lets out a hefty, rumbling chuckle.
That's certainly good to hear. And what of your fellow students? Any friends?
It's been a bit of a struggle, but it's been that way since my folks move around a lot. I think I'm doing pretty good this time around.
What do you think? What do you think that is?
I think it's the jacket.
The jacket?
I gave my label a quick tug for extra style points. The Coastline Cotton Nylon Bomber number 32. Part of the latest catalog by A&F.
I see.
Does he need to lean this close to inspect it? It's as if the carriage rocks this way, he'd probably turn me into a piece of modern art against the window.
And that's really what the youth are into these days.
Hey, the results speak for themselves. Whatever he's thinking has got nothing to do with his work. I think I have a pretty good idea what it could be, though. Mr. Ferris, do you got no swag?
Huh? Well, I guess that probably answers it. I admit to being a little gray. I'm where I'm not exactly with it anymore.
Well, even the older generation can dress to impress. You just have to see what people like to wear today.
So I'm certainly willing to listen to the youth of today, yes. It is somewhat important to my job to know how the student body thinks. My niece often suggests dressing more relaxed. That means
Does she ever see you in casual clothes?
I'm wearing them now.
I can save him. I can save him. The rest of the trip was quick, but we continued small talk about trends. When we arrive at my stop, he attempts to give me his business card. Someone who mere presence could stop a fight. Seems like a generally nice fellow. I look forward to talking to him again. Holy shit, it's been 45 minutes already? That's crazy. Oh god, this burritos were a mistake. My stomach is rolling after the warm-ups.
Alright, maggots! Today we'll be working on your cardiovascular system. And by that I mean a good old-fashioned mile run. I want everyone out on the track field yesterday.
I noticed Damien's mouth wide open as soon as Coach Sally hears his words.
And no, Damien, that does not mean I want you to time travel. Unless, of course, you mean run so fast that you hit 88 miles an hour.
It's just as quick. Damien shuts his mouth again and shoots Sally a thumbs up. Sally's only reply is to let out a snort.
Double it now, cupcakes!
No hesitation for me this time. I followed the rest of the class and do as Sally wanted. As expected, I rapidly fall behind the pack. Hey, Inko. Nice of you to drop by. How you doing? Damien, what are you doing back here? Keeping my new buddy company, of course. What are you doing? Try not to vomit. You're doing great then. Thanks, I guess. Shouldn't you be at the very front of the pack, though? Next to Mia? Nah, man, not her. Mia? You know, the one who knocked you out yesterday. A brief flashback hits me of the red Ferrosaurus. Her. By the way, good to see you're doing way better than today. You're even up and running. Yeah, glad I didn't wind up with permanent brain damage. Hey, question. What was happened yesterday normal around here? Well, Mia's a wild one, that's for sure. Best not to mess with her unless you're one of the into those kind of chicks, in which case, be my guest. As for Sally, yeah, she's always been like that. You get used to it though. He ain't that bad of a guy once he warms up to you. If you say so. Hey, don't worry about it, man. You're gonna fit in no time flat. Is that the voice that I gave the other guy? In fact, you should sit with us at lunch. That way we could give you the proper welcome and stuff. Lunch? I mean...
Hey, go, David, don't fall behind!
Sally's voice snaps me with a mid-stubber and makes me realize just how far behind Damien and I had fallen behind the rest of the class. Oops, better catch up to the others before Sally puts things out the punitive measure. Excuse me, the what? You don't want to find out, brother, trust me. Ooh. Come on, dude, let's jet! Before I can say another word, Damien gets behind me and starts pushing me forward, forcing my legs to move faster than they ever have. I have to struggle not to trip over myself, but somehow I managed to keep up the pace that Damien was forcing my body to maintain. Ugh. 5 minutes and 3 more laps later, I fall flat on my ass, my heart beating so fast and my lungs burning so fiercely that every breath hit my feels like sandpaper scraping. Regardless of that, I finished the jog, and that first step towards conquering my physical weakness.
Good job, maggots! Keep this up and you'll be soldiers yet!
Sally turns to me with a slight grin, shoots me a thumbs up.
Okay, that's all for today. Hit the lockers, cupcake!
I have to move away from the mic because I feel like that's just kind of destroying my shit. Damien helps me up and I join the rest of the male students as we head back to the locker room. We talk a bit more about our interests and other school matters along the way. Damien filling me up about St. Hammond's history during the last 3 years that he'd been in attendance. I bet if our locker. Our lockers aren't that far apart from one another, but our conversation isn't a real possibility considering all the other ones he's going into the real... There really isn't that much more to chat before the bell rings for our next class switch. Oh damn, he's actually got drip. I wave goodbye to Damien and start looking for my next class. Don't forget, lunch with the buds. I don't reply as I head down the hall towards my next class. Making my way down the hall and taking notice of my surroundings. Even though everything about the school seemed pretty normal, there are some key modifications I made to better suit the majority of the student body. Mainly water fountains, desk with 10, so a few waited for me. Overall, nothing crazy special. This next class I'm sort of looking forward to, AP Art Design. Class looks like it's a studio classroom on the second floor. Part of the school here is built to be both inside and out, with open ceilings, walls here and there. Since it's the art wing, display pictures are coated with hydraulic layers. Although since it's the start of the year, the halls are freshly cleared, waiting to be filled with the semester pass. Of course, there's no shortage of drains. This hallway is particularly prominent of the advertising material, for good reason. The carefully, expertly built dynamic between surrounding nature and school, and even made building materials themselves, is less than mystical. I can already feel the creative juices flowing. Soon enough, I'm standing just outside the door to my next class. Much like the school art, it's decorated in various colors and pattern, each corner painted and tagged by different students. I barely step forward before the bell rings. Since I was the last one in, all but the other seats are taken. It's pretty much, well, most of the students were all prepped. Some are clearly ready to fall asleep within the next few minutes. There's a teacher standing at the board waiting for me to finish, looking around and take a seat. Since he isn't urging me to take a seat, he must be one of the new students taking it all in. That must be the art teacher. He looks young and old at the same time. Well, don't want to hold up the class for too long. Try not to take up the teacher's hospitality for granted. I take the seat closest to me right now in the front row. Even with me sitting down, the arts teacher continues to idle instead of staring at the seated students with a hazy stare. No one seems to be paying attention to him, save for a few people here and there. A few students are whispering something behind me. Where was he yesterday? Hey, I'm not complaining about less work. Yeah, but on the first day? Huh? And so in a way, it's the art teacher's first day too. So I didn't miss anything in class. That's pretty cool. Actually, signal for all auxiliary conversation to cease as the class obeys. Suddenly, the sudden furniture abuse, this teacher doesn't look agitated. Rather, he's got a massive grin on his face. The phase winning smile comes to mind. Right then! The pale pterodactyl holds what looks like a metallic tray on a stick. Good morning, class! Thank you, Rector Jesus, for forcing me to wear prescription shades. And welcome to AP Art Design. He holds up the stick haphazardly. This is a flash pen. Saw it in an antique store yesterday. Thought it'd be a good introduction. No, it's not important. Worthless, actually. The class winces as the stick is chucked into the garbage bin and shattered. Excuse my absence yesterday. I had matters to take care of elsewhere. My name is Mr. Lidecan. With a blink of an eye, the teacher has replaced the sun on a stick with a fancy marker and managed to scrawl his name across the board in the finest show of calligraphy. And I shall be your guide as we explore the expanse of this creative world. Let's not dilly-dally then, shall we? For a teacher, he's very animated. This is the first week. We'll be going in depth on the history of fundamentals of art, perhaps a little trial by fire to get your creative juices flowing. There's murmurs from my classmates, though I pay no mind. In fact, the prospect of doing some creative work to create something that I could possibly show off. For a brief moment, I picture my own name on a placard in the hallway outside the principal's office. For now, though, I'd like all of you to open your book to page 3. Right, my book. Wait, what book? Wait. Looking around, I see everyone has a novel-sized hardcover book opened. Oh. They must have gotten them yesterday. And now then, class, we'll be starting with... Hesitantly, I raise my hand. Mr. Lidecan, sir? I, don't have a book yet. Don't have it? How? Substitute passed them out yesterday. Oh. His eyes flicker open as he connects with some internal dots. The word is on the street that some new kid got concussed so hard he had to leave yet early. Did the street at least mention he was doing well before that? Of course not. You're Mr. Nito, then. Yes, sir. Given the circumstance, I'll let it slide. For now, why don't you share one with your classmates? After class, I'll write you a note you could give the librarian. Thank you, sir. I kind of regret being late, because I'm the only person that can realistically share this with the partner by my side. So, hey.
Oh! 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 Oh!
I think I want to hug that gator. Wait a minute. Wasn't she the one speeding through the hallway yesterday? Just like back then, I feel her gaze cold, piercing a cold, as if she's not seeing me next to her. Would it be okay if we share the book? It'll only be for today. Instead of a verbal response, she lets out a defeated little growl like I just spat in her cereal. Then she huddles over back at a page. Gee, sorry I asked. It's only the first real day. Maybe I won't need it. Olivia, come on. Share with him this one time. I already told him I personally resolved the issue. Just help me out here, alright? She responds by making a slow sigh deeply while rolling her head back around. Ordinarily, there'd be a groan to go with the gesture, but she remains silent. Her hands hang low in defeat. She nudges the book a few centimeters closer to me. Thanks. I slide my own desk closer to her just to be sure I can read the page. The teacher in the orates the page as if reading it from Death of a Hunter. I follow along with simultaneously trying to capture anything that stands out into my notebook. A lot more different than expected. Mr. Latican seems to put emphasis on every word spoke. Feels like I was just copying the page wholesale. My eyes turn the page to the girl's notes and... There's some very murderous looking claws on her fingertips. For a split second I see them retract. She wipes her finger and tips with a small towel and... Whoa! Those claws extend again to the bright red puddle on her desk. A singular red colored claw is pressed on her paperwork for a moment and then quickly tugged and twisted, leaving behind a bright red cursive sentence on the page. Cool. Those silver irises flicker my way once more. What? What are you doing? That looks pretty cool. A hint of red creeps across the girl's cheeks. She looks back at the book and hunches forward as if she is humanly can. Huh? She's now leaning over her notes too, as if using the book as extra protection for those pages. I should be focused on my own notes, yeah. An impossible task though, as the colorful calligraphy next to me has piqued my interest. The quill talent continues delicately etched note onto the page. It only leaves one page to dip into what it looks like a small paint palette at the edge of the desk. Her claws extend again, and now there's a light rumbling. Hey! I hadn't meant to get caught up in that. Sorry, I wait for her to give me her name. She doesn't. Simply returns to her focus on the book behind us. I wonder what her deal is. Either way, I turn my attention back to class. Hopefully I can make the most of the lost time. It's hard to ignore the Gator girl, though. Especially when those icy gray eyes first feels like icicles pops to stab through me. Hey, wait a second. Those hand motions. She's not writing anything right now. She's drawing. Well, it's none of my business. I am rather curious. I make a show of leaning back to yawn. Now I can see it's... Oh! It's a calligraphic doodle of me! There's no mistaking it. That's my jacket and sunglasses. That's pretty cool. No one's ever really drawn me before. Well, it's those others in the first day, but that's different. They weren't using the drawings of claws or ink. Oh man, I can't wait. I gotta ask for a closer look. Hey. Your picture is super cool. Can I see it? She glares at me in those eyes, slowly brings out the sheet she was doodling on. With the paper more visible, I can barely make out all the important details. The line work is sharp. Stroke an organic curve with a combined form what had been to me. It even had my glasses and the negative ass space on my head. Though, what it was, multiple swervy lines coming out from my drawing's head. Dude, this is great. She rolls her eyes and starts retracting the page. Can I take a picture of it? A pause. Why? No one's ever done something like that for me. I want to remember it. She pauses. Passes the paper over to me. It's yours. Oh, really? Thanks. Don't mention it. But, don't. She's really nice. After a grueling period made worse by my own anxiety, the bell rings to set us free. Freedom, at last. Stay for a moment longer, Inko. I got some side glances from the other students as they leave, no doubt speculating on the teacher's pet already. With a few strokes of his pen, Letterkin hands me a note. Just show this to the librarian, she'll hand you your books. On your way now. Man, I like this guy. A quick trip to the library earns me by missing books. I even got a fancy laminated library card. Latikin's introduction to his class certainly has made me excited for photography next. First stop, though, lunch. Can take pictures on an empty stomach. Between my lackluster breakfast and gym class, I'm starving. Despite my hunger, though, I'm already stopped dead in my tracks as I look around the cafeteria for a place to sit. The whole place is overtaken by lawless anarchy. I've never seen a riot this intense. Even a few students have crawled halfway up the wall, hanging onto the decorant vines. Food flies everywhere, utilized as ammunition rather than substance, and yet the secured cart by the door isn't moving. This must be acceptable? I started to think what must be bad enough to warrant him to take action. I've never seen anything like this at my old schools. More importantly, all the cliches have already been formed for the previous day. I missed my chance to sit with anyone. Oh, but that one guy. Wait, it's only the second day. Why am I acting as though it's too late for anything? Yo, Nico! Her shoulders checked from behind what feels like an oversized fist or an oversized boulder. I wasn't really already by a wall. I was sent spiraling and made it my roadkill. In return, I met with Damien's toothy grin. Ow! What? What? I forgot about me? You don't got anywhere to be, right? Yeah. You stutter. Come on, we're going somewhere. May as well, right? Damien excitedly motions me to follow him through the traffic of students going about the lunchroom. Peering through the crowd, waving me over, and whispering again like he's overrunning something. It's a good thing I haven't got my own lunch yet. I'd be dumped on the ground about 3 elbows in a slap ago. Though the clamoring, I hear something about a turf war was starting with the new year, and the megalodons will continue to rule. Somewhere mixed in is the undeniable sound of a steel chair clattering on the ground. The place is an actual war zone now. How on earth is Damien able to weave through these guys so easily? Eventually, he leads me to a far corner of the room where his usual lunch table. Hey, you're alive! I think one of my ribs is cracked. That's just the school spirit you're feeling? Oh. I feel less like a person, more like a well-used punching bag. I finished stretching my wound and actually checked the table. It's basically empty. There's only one other person here. Yeah. I'd hug. Hey, you. Oh, snap, you know Olivia? Olivia, right, yeah. The one and only. Why didn't you tell me you met already? Because I only sort of did. We're in the same class. Ah, I get it now. Still, that sounds awesome. All my lunch buddies are artists. All? Yeah, there's usually a third in our group, but she's so screwing around in the school business. She'll probably be back by tomorrow. Student council stuff. Can't take that long, can it? Right? What's she need with the student council? Oh, she doesn't actually need anything with the student council. She's in it. She's the treasurer. The treasurer? Something like that. What do you think, Olivia? Olivia just grunts in reply. She doesn't even look up to the lunch tray. Aren't you an artist too, Damien? Nah, I ain't got the patience to sit around for hours like that. So you're not taking advantage of the art programs here? Nah, really, don't need them. Home's real close by. Only other artist here today is Olivia. His arms wave over Olivia as if presenting her as an auction or something. For her part, the Gator girl just grunts again. Well, what do you do then, Olivia? Finally, she looks up, turning in a different way towards me. Did she say something? What was that? The ambient war noises are a bit too loud. Can't hear a thing. Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying over here. Don't sweat it. She's just the real quiet type. Paint! Whoa. Hey. Holy hell, her voice rasped so I didn't think she'd drink a drop of water in her life. I guess I hadn't noticed that she was one of those syllable responses, or for someone's voice to be strained from a single shout. She froze her brow and looks back at her lunch. Oh, snap. You've been staying around for a while. He sits back in his own seat, making a huge bite of the mystery meat steak. Right, food. After the workout and the poor breakfast today, I'm partially famished now. But the line, all eyes look to where the lunch line should be. It's become a full-blown riot. Someone's got a fire extinguisher trying to stop it. Oh, I probably should have waited for you to get yours. Whoops. Damien returns his steak rather aggressively. Who am I to question the dino etiquette of one's action, one's foot anchor for tearing? Suddenly, the sound of squeaking rubber draws both of our attentions towards Olivia. She's holding on to one of her wheels and just scattered it across the granite floor. Oh, what's up? She tilts her head back towards the courtyard behind us. Looks like there's a few vending machines out there. Huh. I guess I'll check them out. I leave the group behind to go get lunch. Not a fan of soda and chips for a meal, but it's enough for a wartime survival. Hey, let's take some credit cards. Handy. I'm feeling like... Favorite color is dry roll. Store brand. Pretend to be on a diet. Big huge fan. I'm a fucking huge fucking idiot. We'll get that store-brand soda. I pick out a few other brands I recognize, enough to tide me over through the rest of the school day. I bend to pick up the bags from the dispenser slot, and that green chick's looking at me. She notices me gazing at her, hunches back hurriedly. What was that all about? Right, making friends. I buy a few extra sodas for the table. Carrying everything back in both arms, I place them in the empty slot, citing a soda can to Damien. He looks at me like I just tossed him a gold bar. Whoa, dude! Dino Boy smiles as he chomps at the bottom of the can, and his fangs pierce the thin metal and sprays the contents down his gullet. I toss some over to Olivia as well. She eyes it as though it was booby trap before taking the bag of chips. Damien sighs happily as he chuckles, shredding the remains of his can away. Caffeine ambrosia. What were we talking about before? Olivia's art, right? She's really good at art, Inky. Like, you wouldn't believe. Can he at least stick to a nickname? Really? Oh yeah, she's like won awards and stuff. She has? Can I see them? In fact, I would snap a few glamorous shots for you. No need, dude. I've already got pictures on my phone. No, I mean, hold on. I pick up my backpack from the floor, unzipping it, retrieving my beloved camera from it. I'm actually into photography. Dino Man reaches for my well-aged DSLR. On instinct, I swat his hand away. Hey! Hey! Sorry. Force a habit. What do you think, Olivia? She eyes snaps as if some furrowed brow. Aren't you the guy that ate dirt in the gym yesterday? No! I shoot Damien a quick, dirty glance before I return. What the fuck? At Olivia. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad. It wasn't! How does everyone seem to know about it? Damien looks aside sheepishly. I may have spreaded the word story around. I thought it was funny! Don't worry about it, though. Everyone has embarrassing stories. One time I got my frill stuck in the bathroom stall. I didn't need to know that. It took him an hour to get out. See? Everyone's got something. Olivia pops a chip into her jaws, her face looking out to nowhere as if she's thinking of something. Damien leans closer to me, one of his frills extending me to hide from Olivia. Dude, I haven't seen her talk this much during lunch. This since last year. She said 3 things, and one of them was a grunt. Why the secrecy? It's like a secret meeting. Those are cool. Uh-huh. But yeah, this is something else. She's really warming up to you, dude. I can tell. He sits back down properly. Honestly, this whole thing is a little creepy. She's probably not a bad person to talk to, but Damien isn't helping at all. As eager as I am to make new friends this year, this is definitely not how I thought it would pan out. Maybe it's the best thing I get, though. Much quietly and quickly. At least I have a spot to sit during lunch. Not like I'd have other options. Ah! Here you are, Inko. A voice rings out to greet me. Catches our attention. I see a familiar, bespecked face walking with his lunch tray in his hands. Glad to see you made it to lunch this time. Oh, hey, Ben. I'm guessing you and Inky already met. Introduced him when I bumped into him the other day. Speaking of bumps, you should have seen Inky here yesterday. Damien saw the low crackle and snaps me in the back, igniting my gym pains in the back. Knocking my glasses off. Ben gives me a concerned half smile. This must be my eternal torment for the rest of the semester. Yeah, about yesterday. Ben looks down the aisle of chatting students and he signals to someone with his head. Standing 10 feet away from us is an imposing-looking dinosaur girl with blonde hair, crimson scales, and sporting a fiery red leather jacket. Ben motions for her to come closer with a soft smile and a nod. As she smiles back, her own noticeably stained. Okay, I'm here. Makes her way over and I notice that some of the students begin to quiet down as she passes by them. Oh. She She gets closer, her intense presence invades me. As though we're about the same height, I feel like an ant about to get crushed under her boot. Somewhere, a synapse connects my face to the boring red rubber yesterday. I really wish it hadn't. Inko, Mia here has something to say to you. Mia stays silent, but strides a couple steps rigidly and stands right in front of me. She sucks in the air through her teeth. Sorry. The corner of the girl's lips start to rise. I didn't mean to knock your lights out. Behind her, I notice Ben wincing. The girl lets out a laugh and her arm around my shoulder, her smile growing wide once more. Heat cools through my face and she eyes her muscle against my ears, especially when a puff of hot air blows through my lobe. The heat is torn away when I feel her fangs dig roughly into my shoulder. A sharp hissing whisper scrapes my eardrums. That ball was being nice, Baldy. Screw the class over again, and I'll fucking end you! Nodding in understanding, Mia pushes me away with a small chatter. See? All clear now, Betty boy. Mia, that's not quite... Oh, boo-hoo, you know who I am. I sputter as she looks away. Yes, I know, but you promised you'd be nicer. I know, and I was. So I'll be seeing you later tonight, Benny. Just like we promised. She waves off the collective backs of the crowd, vanishing before either of us could fully process the words and actions. Damien nudges my side. Dude, I think she likes you. Ben sighs. Sorry about that, Inko. I heard about her earlier in PE and connected the dots. I mean, it comes also runs around the edges, but she's actually really sweet. I talk to her about it more later. You and her, huh? Huh? Yeah, since the start of high school. A classic jock and nerd painter. Sounds like you're living the dream. You know it. But yeah, I'm sorry your first impression of her isn't ideal. It's fine. It was just dodgeball. Not like she was looking to do something. Yeah. Damien. Damien looks up for the rest of the meal, having selectively heard his name. Could you not spread rumor about your fellow classmates? No worries. Nico and I are cool. That still doesn't make it right. Sure. Yes, sir. Yeah. Ben gives Ben a lazy salute. Ben merely sighs as he paces his tray on the table and makes himself comfortable in the seat next to me. As he settles in, Ben notices my camera still on the table. Oh, is your camera, Inko? Huh? Oh yeah, I was showing it to Damien Olivia earlier. May I? I feel my instincts kick in for a moment. Remember that Ben also works with the camera. Sure, have a look. As Ben gingerly picks up my camera and gives it a thorough inspection. I must say, as far as the standard DSLR goes, yours is very good quality. It's nothing too special, really. I just picked it up a while back. Well, you do have good taste in camera models. He hands me my camera, which I place back into my backpack. Thanks. With something like that, it'd be easier to get some great shots. Well, I do have a small collection in a portfolio drive. A portfolio? Ah, man, I'd only just got mine a month ago. I bet you got like a dozen pieces to choose from for the New Year's art contest. What? He missed that announcement. What announcement? The school is having an annual art contest at the start of every new year. The winner gets a small cash prize, but the bigger prize is the fact that the winner's piece is submitted to a publication for a couple big-time magazines. Oh. Wait, where the fuck did she... Oh, wow. That sounds awesome. Of course, it means a lot of the students plan ahead and work all summer for something to submit. Do you have anything for it, Ben? You know it! Well, good luck. Liz just said she turned in her perfect piece yesterday. Okay, now I'm interested. Finally, a chance to show my real skill at something I'm good at. Oh, hey, Olivia could help you out with your shots. You two could totally win. Right, Olivia? Olivia? We all turn our heads, only realize she's disappeared. When did she leave? Confused, I scan around the cafeteria. My eyes manage to spot her through the crowd of students. She's rolling away towards the cafeteria doors, quickly. Just like that, I lose sight of her just as fast as I had seen her. I turn to look at Damien and Ben. Damien looks puzzled, disapproval for some reason. And meanwhile... Well, he almost looks annoyed that Olivia left. Guess she hasn't changed. So it seems. The venomous sting of his words make me feel like there's more going on than I'm aware of. I decide not to pry into it and instead bring the conversation back. Well, I still want to try. You can upload your submissions to the school websites. Oh, then I'll need an account. You don't have one? Don't think so. I've been told to get that stuff by the end of the week. Sounds about right. Truthfully, it takes maybe 15 minutes at most to deal with that. Then why the wait? Nobody wants to deal with it. Guess I'll wait then. Scratches the side of his head. I think there's someone in Stuco that can help you out, actually. The treasurer's duty day today. So that's where Liz landed up. I don't know any names, so maybe? I guess I'll meet to Liz sooner than later. I think I'll take care of that before lunch is over then. See you in class, Ben. Sure thing. Later, Damien. Deuces, man. Tell Liz I said I grabbed some leftover snacks from the table from my backpack and headed out of the cafeteria. Finally, I could show off my skills. Shows that I'm a capable artist, just as anyone else here. I'm going to get through the rest of this day, and then I'm going to call it quits. Computer lab is an offshoot room of our library. As far as the library itself, aside from unexpected emphasis on anatomy drawing guides, like it's pretty standard. Not to brag, but the school I was at for my freshman year and junior years had libraries with 2 floors. Probably should have read a thing or two about all those resources. I'm getting off topic. Computer lab is the focus. The calm tranquility of the library is overtaken by organization of sterilization of the lab. 4 standardization sets of computers and monitors, monitoring, foaming, a poptagon, and the desk reserved for the teachers in the middle. Then I remember them being organized differently in elementary school, and only for a few years now I've been seeing this information. It sounds to me like someone got caught too many times working on more risque art pieces. One of the monitors are all turned on, but one is logged in. Weird, there's nobody here. Damien and Ben said Liz would be here, or maybe she's in the bathroom? I'm not about to pry and snoop around, but I'm really pressed for time here. On screen, I open PDFs, documents that look finance-related, filled with abbreviations and jargon I don't understand. Maybe I can figure out how to create an account on my own? What are you doing? Ah! Haunted high school! I didn't mean to scare you. Oh, thank Christ, it's just a dino girl with an extremely long neck and not a specter. No, really, what are you doing on the fiscal report I was working on? I didn't do anything. I've been working on it all day. Why did you touch it? I only minimized it, I swear. Right, I'm here for a reason. Are you Liz? The Brachiosaurus finally reopens all our windows for a while, wipes out some information before acknowledging me again. Excuse me? Ben sent me. I wanted a submission about the art contest was going on, but I don't have any school login information. Ben told me you'd be able to help. Ben, huh? Well, Ben and Damien. She mumbles something under her breath before turning her head back to me. Yeah, I'm Liz. Whoa. Inko. But yeah, I'm new here, so I need an account. Not a problem at all. Liz sits down and cracks her knuckles before start typing away at the keyboard. Alright, see if I can get something done for you. All flourishing display of spreadsheet software experience. Liz navigates and organizes several documents in seconds. I've only had the general idea of there were a lot of shortcuts and commands, but yeesh, she's resourceful. So, you're an artist too? Since you went to the contest so badly. Yeah, I'm a photographer. Yeah? How are you liking it here so far? Well, students here usually jump to asking when they're graduating here so they can so easily confirm calculations, collaborate, and so excuse me if I might be going a little too fast. Not at all. I'm a bit more at ease that you explained it. It's pretty good, although I do feel bad about missing most of my first day. It's not a big deal. Guess not. Although, truth be told, I see those paintings framed on the wall by the principal's office. It just put a bit of a rain on my parade. Oh, those. Yeah, I get what you mean. I think it's like that by design, honestly. Something about breaking the students' egos, and then you end up wanting to improve like crazy so you can reach your goals, and at least that's what happened to me. I'm planning on going to university and getting degrees in design and business, and that's just the start. I'm also starting to become an apprentice for art dealings, getting the right paintings for the right people. My tutors said I'm impressive enough that I should start enrolling for any and all kinds of the important universities around the country if I'd like. Wow. I mean, I'm also pretty well off myself, but never encountered a me that I should be this ambitious. Thank you. What about you? I'm gonna publish a photography magazine. Well, if it's something, at least it's more than a lot of people here. What do you mean? half the school might as well be just a daycare. Sorry if that sounds rude. I got these school programs and even industry professors coming in for lectures. It's like some people are here because their friends happen to be here too. No big plans then. Yeah. Wait, you mean like Damien? I shouldn't have mentioned it. He's still cool though, don't get me wrong. I hope me talking about him like that doesn't seem to come across as douchey. He's definitely the friendly type. He even partnered with me in gym class and dragged me along to sit with him at lunch. Is that so? Yeah, he really wasn't excited. He was really excited about it too. And then he introduced you to Olivia as well and tried to break the ice so she could come out of her shell? Yeah, how did you know? Oh boy, I'm sorry about that, Inko. What, is Damien messing with me? No, Damien is great. It's just, he's maybe a little too eager. He considers you a friend to him. He'll want you to be our friend too. Specifically, he'll want you to be Olivia's friend. What's wrong with that? Nothing at all. But you've seen Olivia. You could tell she's a bit unresponsive. Doesn't really like to talk to anyone, not even Damien. So you could definitely try to be her friend, but just know that she'll most likely ignore you. You don't like Olivia? What? No, I do. She's fine, I guess. I sit with her during lunch, after all. I'm pretty sure you get along with us just fine. And hey, I'd love to see Olivia make a friend. Just don't get too invested in trying to warm up to her, okay? Damien will always be down to hang out, though. I certainly don't mind. It's just, him and Olivia are nigh inseparable. So if that deal turns you off, then it's not your fault either. There's no history to that warning. Inseparable? So like girlfriend and boyfriend? No. They just live in the same house. Oh. Damien is also incredibly patient and outgoing. I envy him. But yeah, he would like nothing more than everyone getting along with like best buddies. Unless you're like Damien and you could be pleasant to a brick wall forever. Your time is probably better spent elsewhere. So, how serious are you about your ambitions? Pretty serious, I think. It's not. Something to keep in mind then. It's a struggle, but Damien says, we gotta keep trying, right? This gives a half-hearted smile, but still seems something sad about something. Anyways, sorry for talking your ear off about private matters. You still want to get your submission turned in, huh? She steps for a second and tabs to scan something. And got it! She monitors her head to the room. The painter hums to life. I get up to my paper. Both my username and password have strings of numbers. I take a snapshot of the username and password so I don't have to remember it. Thanks. Anyways, you should hurry. Lunch is ending soon. Right. According to the time displayed on the monitor, I've got 10 minutes left. I followed the instructions to print out, finally getting to the student hub of the site. Thankfully, the art contest is displayed prominently across it. Clicking through a few links, I finally find the submission instructions. It's only a matter of putting my entry details as the name of the file and dragging in the student's shared drive. Plugging in my portable portfolio hard drive, I copy of my magnum opus. And then a quick rename drag here and just in time. It took the extra minute to safely undock my hard drive and then log off the computer. Looking back to Liz, she's completely wrapped up in her work. Don't think about interrupting her as an idea, especially when she told me about Olivia in her own time. I have to simply leave her be, heading out of the room for the library for the class. And now it's time for the rest of the class. Looking forward to the most. This day is certainly turning out better than yesterday. Hope I don't just jinx it for myself. Ooh. My nerves have been acting up since I first stepped in the classroom. Made even worse when I hit by another flashbang. After my 20 other classmates had just finished laughing, Mr. Lightikin made a shortwave flush fully come from the Senatese. I dubbed this portrait Intuitus Sans Polis. I don't know how to speak Latin. Don't get on me for that. After he thumbtacked the shot to a full of poor snapshots of everyone else, Mr. Lightikin assured me that he sat next to Ben. He managed to sum all his syllables in under a minute, instead of taking the majority of the time to go over our first listening assignment of exposure lighting. With each new light fixture he brought out and examined, my mind swirled faster with new possibilities of old shots. If only I had them, or could have used them out there. Now that you've had a small taste, we'll start your first photography assignment. Proper lighting. I'm salivating at the thought. Mr. Lightikin had just finished the first lesson, where he'd handled all sorts of equipment to look over. It's the first time I've handled some of these things, like this enormous box light that's taking up the entirety of my desk. Remember though, those are just tools meant to enhance the photo. You can highlight a turd all you want, it's still a turd. The crude language guarantees a chortle of a few half-listening students. The teacher looks over the clock and hums. Well, I see that we managed to finish the first lecture a tad bit early. Why don't you all take the last 10 minutes to compare notes? Maybe even consider doing the assignment as a collaborative piece with a classmate. The room is quick to fill with all sorts of chatter. I wonder if Hey! I turn to Ben and see his eager grin. You want to do a joint piece? Since you don't know any good spots in the school and all. I pull out the assignment sheet from beneath a lightweight light in my desk and give it a quick scan again. Present a set of photos demonstrating your understanding of proper lighting. You are allowed to borrow one lighting tool and must take a shot on school premises. And I swear, I've handed out this assignment for years now. If one more student takes a picture of the hallway just outside the classroom, I'm going to personally throw them over the railing. Be original, please. I've got the perfect place for it. If we work together, we can even use 2 items. The offer is too tempting. Sure. I hold my hand out to Ben and he shakes it, sealing the pact. My face is feeling weird from all the smiling today. But in truth, I've been enjoying Mr. Lydekin's class so much that I couldn't stop. Feels like the entire world, Mr. Lydekin. What's going on? And the entire world to explore, as if I've seen the movie first time, actually volcanic bluffs. Sure, on occasion I go on my own practice and stuff, but who doesn't? Besides, it'd be perfectly lame of a photographer to go out and find stuff to photographer, and you know what I've been meaning to do for a little while looking around here. So, to everyone, this assignment makes them have to explore the school, but I get to. It's a pretty sweet deal if I ask myself. The hallway outside the classroom is only one for a major photo op. Between that and the murals outside, I'm certain to find something cool. No, the murals won't work on their own. Since it was my first thought to use them, that likely means it's someone else's first thought. I need to think outside the box. Think of something to use the school's architecture to my advantage that— Hey, go! My thoughts are disrupted by a worried-looking Ben. Maybe you should see a doctor, man. Head injuries are no laughing matter. I'm fine. What were you saying? I was asking how you're doing, you know, school and classes now. Oh, right. Doing good. Really good, actually. I'm in a class that I'm 100% enjoying and starting to make some genuine friendships. Compared to the disaster of yesterday, today's been an astounding positive. That's good to hear. Yeah, I've even got some friends now. Oh, great! Oh, what about your art submission? Was this able to help? There's something nibbling in the corner of my thoughts at the mention of long-necked girl. Yeah, she gave me the login stuff and everything. Other than the submission was a piece of cake after all. Awesome! Though that makes you a competition now. Well, Liz and I have pieces in there running too. She told me that she had submitted something. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned since I didn't have much time to prepare anything, but hey, everyone's got a chance. You never know. Yeah, she was pretty cool about it too. The whole friend group is actually pretty welcome. I think I'm pretty lucky. Lucky? Ben seems perplexed by my statement. You said something at lunch when Olivia vanished? I'm noticing for a silent paraplegic, a lot of people upset. You got some hidden drama with her too? No, not really. Wait, 2? Who? Lydekin calls up, just driving us to inspect. I take it you gentlemen are conversing about your assignment together? Of course, Mr. Lydekin. We're just expecting you to take a picture, right, Ben? Well, that's good then. Good thing you guys were talking about something off topic, like gossip. That would be pretty embarrassing to use time off the bat, I think. Especially considering you're currently on the subject of fairly humorous gossip, aren't you, Mr. Nito? I'm aware of shame from his words. Like a Benedict could see, he feels it as well. If the air around someone needs clearing, clear it yourself. Lydekin has a point. Maybe once a friendship is established, I can learn more about her. Alright, off you go. Remember to get your assignment done by the end of the week. The room empties out slowly. Most of my peers are still chatting and discussing the plans for the assignment. Before I can continue walking with Benedict, Mr. Co-President is already packing. Guess we'll talk later then. Packing up my own notebook, I wave goodbye to my new favorite teacher and head off to the next class. Yeah, this guy's cool as shit. I love this guy. History. Walking into history class for the first time is what... God, how the fuck did I know? Historical figures, small relics, various cartography, verses, continental drift. Notice there's a distinct lack of a teacher in the class. Must be finishing up their lunch, I presume. Oh, better get a good seat now that they're all taken. Eeny, meeny, miny... This one. I sat myself on the chosen desk and pulled out the history book, a notebook, along with the pencil. The classroom fills with more students, becomes a blur of vibrant scales. A few minutes pass, I'm still wondering where the teacher is. Probably like a chameleon or something. The submass of the door slamming open is any noise. It's quite enough to hear a pen drop. The figure walks into the classroom and... Oh, sweet heavens, no. He stands there at the stand, everyone menacingly. He's not the history teacher, too? Oh, what the fuck? It's Miss Pauling. What the shit? What? Thank you for walking me out of classroom, Solly. Of course, Miss That's so on the nose. Peak reference. Of course, Miss Prockling. Oh, thank Raptor Jesus, he is it, dear teacher? The Raptor woman adjusts her glasses, scans the room before looking down at her paperwork in her hands. Looks like we'll have some late arrivals. Let's get down to business. I know that I introduced myself yesterday, but for any of those who weren't here, her monitored glances makes me believe that Solly told her about my absence. My name is Miss Prockling, and this is history class. Of course, we'll be learning about the history of our primordial ancestors and their advancements through history. You can even say that it'll be like going through time. Doesn't that sound exciting? Despite her adamantly forced enthusiasm, everyone in the class was murmuring. Not sure why though, this all sounds exciting. I did love history in high school, so yeah. She looks over the desk, places pile of folders with flipping her own special version of the history book. Click on a button, she turns the projector to reveal a prepared slideshow for today's lecture. Learn about the extensive history of subterraneans and their culture is something I've yearned for. If you could turn your pages to page 36, we'll begin the first chapter detailing our earliest iterations between Sarians and humanoids. Oh, that sounds interesting. I think I jinxed myself. Miss Prockling's history class is the polar opposite to Ledikin's photography class. While her introduction to the class engaged me at first, things slowed down to an unbearably slow crawl. My eyes scan over the introductory of our first chapter. Despite the tensions between the two groups, human settlers in the New World continue overturns trade to the native Velociraptor tribes. Pretty sure I've read this line 3 times now. I turn my eyes away from the pages, I hope of blinking the boredom away. I look up to see the teacher staring down various paperwork with a laser focus. I must have stared too long, though, because I end up in a lock-staring contest with Prockling. He raises an eyebrow at me. Okay then, write down notes about 3 to 7, discovery in the New World. Without even fully comprehending my words as I'm copying the pages to my newsletter. Absent-mindedly, I begin to recall everything that's happened with me so far in my new classmates. Ben carries himself with a lot of refinement, so it's easy as my first pick as a photography partner. But that Mia girl, she doesn't seem to want to make friends. Of course, I would have figured it out from the slow, cold look she gave, not to mention the rude hand gesture. Damien's pretty friendly, even if he could be a bit enthusiastic sometimes. And my very first encounter with Liz was brief, but I can tell she's dependable. My progress of making friends is pretty good, all things considered. But then there's Olivia. So far, she's enigmatic, and coupled with apparent history that she has some others, makes me all the more curious about her. Liz said it would be a bad idea to get invested, but at the end, it's effectively gossip and heresy. This had come to something that was a shock, but... What do we have here, Mr. Halford? The sudden voice of Miss Prockling sacked me from my thoughts. I had in my head, looking down at... Oh my goodness. I would hug that gator. Aww. 10 out of 10. Would hug again. Wait a minute, Olivia's here too? As luck would have it, I share not 1 but 2 classes with Olivia. Must have been so jaded from my mind textbook I didn't even notice the girl in the wheelchair. She sits in the front row diagonally in front of me. I don't even think she's noticed this is a strange twist of fate herself. Only the second day of school and already doodling in class again. She proceeds to pick up the piece of paper from Olivia's desk. Looks like she's been drawing on it though. I can barely tell from where I'm sitting. Listen, Olivia, I know history is the most exciting subject to learn, but could you at least pretend you're taking notes? The only response I hear from Olivia is a heavy sigh before leaning her head back down. While the teacher returns to skulking around the room, Olivia hunches over a notebook. Although I didn't think those notes she's taking. Nah, no one would do something like that with tall, tired teacher prowling around the room. Instead, attempts to get all of us to focus, but... I'm fighting a losing battle, keeping my eyelids from shutting. My jaw is clenched to suppress a loud yawn building inside, even as Miss Prockling skulks around past me. Just before my drowsiness can overtake me, though, I notice a minute movement in the corner of my eye. One of my classmates glances up at the teacher, whose eyes are rolling over the opposite side of the room to scribble something down. Fold the knee, and... I watch as the next person carefully unfolds the sheet, scribbles on it before holding it again. Curiously piqued, anxiety to get to me. It's a dangerous game, passing notes along that Miss Prockling doesn't see. if I'm participating, does that make me a slacker? Student on my side moves to make the toss over, but Mr. Proclaim turns around and then he flinches, drops the hot potato on my desk in a flash. I slam on my own paper to move the page to cover it from sight. Mr. Proclaim continues to lecture about raptors and humans eventually got started getting along because they traded narcotic leaves or something like that. And as you can see on the board here, now! Lift my paper, lucky there's still plenty of space left. Everyone else is drawn. Not so solid attempt at a race car. Rough sketches of some eyes, a bunch of doodles, names of various stylized art that can only describe as graffiti, and, of course, the high school, it's not high school, if someone had drawn a penis. This sparkling with slick lines coming out of her. Yeesh, I can call it this. That being said, I'm not drawing a blank. What should I draw? Not exactly a doodle every day. Not a nice gesture. Maybe I'll try to break the ice a bit. Although I didn't really know anything about her. Hey, can't hurt to try though, yeah? I think if the V thing's a sketch here. Let's see. Oh! Oh shit, what the fuck? I get to draw? Hold on. I'm gonna try and draw this robot that I fucking... No, I'm gonna draw a space robot. Draw that. This. That's like connected there. Circular thing around him. And there's his chest piece. There's his breastplate. Hold on, you guys are just gonna have to hold on for me. For dear life. No, hold on, I'm just gonna do this. I just gotta clear off. I need to think. Oh, let me actually do that in a really good handwriting. I forgot how to make a fucking beat. I'm gonna draw an anime girl blushing. I'm gonna draw Goku, fuck it. Hey, it's me, Goku! Is that all you got? Frieza? What did you say to me? And done. I didn't have a lot of room to work with, but supporting the app, admire my effort at work, I find that I have a long way to go. It feels like I'm being mogged by, mogged by the other doodles. All right, Olivia's shirt like this. Mr. Proclaim still turned around. All right, I slipped the paper over Olivia's shoulder, risky getting caught. And here we go. It's a bit tricky, I hesitate, but the paper meets its destination. She doesn't even look back. She just takes the eager pick. It's completely different how she was acting earlier. Her tail is even swaying side to side. Oh, is that ragging? Huh. Alright, she's gonna see my sketch and probably think I'm cool. She's not turning around. Well, it's not much. I could also just ask. I'll be taking that.
Oh no, bro! Oh no!
Holding her claws out, she takes a glance at the paper, a small chuckle for the smile appears on her face before going back to its visage. So, this is how you view me, Miss Halford? Proclaim takes at the paper for all to see. Everyone in the class does their best to avoid her piercing gaze. I know that most of you were a part of this as well. Look, I'm not asking for much. Please do your assignments when you're in class. It's the least you could do. We're just passing a note. We're just passing a note, one at a time. I swear, she wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, how come all of us are in trouble? Nurse Parkling looked down at Olivia before letting a sigh of defeat. Look, since it's only the second day, I'll let this one slide, but I'm warning you now that I'm not being lenient once it happens again. Otherwise, you'll end up like that last student who decided to be disruptive during class. What happened to him? Get its attention slip or something? Miss Broccoli pulls up a window of bushes to see the screen open. She then takes out a walkie-talkie. Sully? Yep. Another hippie. Seat H4. Good job, soldier. Now, let's see if we can continue. We're on the second floor. I slid back into my seat and continued writing, mainly out of unadulterated fear of experiencing the same wrath from the teacher. Man, now I feel guilty for Olivia. I was the one that passed the note to her after all. Maybe I shouldn't have tried. Well, I can always apologize after class. Miss Prockling picks up the note and continues her lecture for another half hour. With 10 minutes of class, I see Prockling look in the class door above. And then notice Olivia grabbing her attention as if she knew she's already going to say to her. Olivia, the teacher nods her head. Olivia grabs her backpack and shoves all the things into it. In silence, she wheels herself out the door, opens it, and rolls out. Teacher must have noticed me, wanting her to leave. Accommodations! Well, there goes my chance of saying sorry to her. At least for today, I can do it tomorrow. Feeling defeated, I decide to focus on writing down my notes for the rest of the time. Although I do wonder... So she must have noticed my doodle. Did she just ignore it then? Class comes and goes, and I head home with the metro. Another day, another dollar. Though this time I passed many breakfast burritos. Although it badly messed me up during PE, I don't want my stomach to endure that torture again. Instead, I grab a few hash browns from a fast food joint by the metro. I idly stroll through my feed, as I usually do, when the metro jostles my destination. It's been a few days now since the silent strange to creep detergent and alcohol have become an afterthought. Some of the vines are actually plastic. Flowers are little air fresheners. It's actually something I noticed. I was there to witness when a passenger tried eating one. Some of the vines are real though. For some reason, they go untouched anyways. Maybe they're just not tasty? Vegetarians don't eat grass in their lawns after all, right? Huh. Anyways, the lights have gone out. Someone just stopped the wrecking ball next to me. Most name is Mr. Ferris.
Good morning, Ingo.
Good morning. Has work been fine?
It has, slowly, but I'm surely through. I hate the idea of a place of not learning to be an ideal. I appreciate our talks. Your perspective has really helped me understood the body.
You're welcome. Hey, have you given more thought on the fashion thing?
I have! Though I can't really say I get it.
There's plenty to see if everyone just looks around.
Really?
Like what? Well, like, look at the girl on the other side of the car there.
It's rather revealing.
I don't think it's really for me. I love my wife. I mean, just as an example.
Oh, there's an event coming up.
I could see about trying something new. What would you like to recommend? That's a good question. What would be a good thing to use? My inner eye, I conceptualize the coolest possible Ferris. The fish machine is going in full throttle. First, sunglasses. His eyes must be a little too far apart for that. However, a beanie. Moving on. Big guns. Fresh jacket. Oh, yeah. There we go. Coolest possible Ferris.
Mr. Nito.
Sorry, just thinking. Why don't you start with... Not the glasses. Go with a jacket.
Really now?
Those all sound rather expensive. Yeah, they are. You know what? Try a gold chain necklace.
A what?
Yeah, just make sure it's appropriately sized so it doesn't look silly. I'm sure it would go a long way. They're pretty cheap to get.
Well, alright. I'll take your word for it. I'm sure...
We sure talk about fashion a lot, though.
Is that really everything about these days?
Oh, of course not. What do you want to know about?
What does YOLO mean? I've heard the term thrown about recently.
That was like 5 years ago.
Oh.
Damn it, wait. It wasn't 5 years ago. That was a lot longer than 5 years ago. Talk about contemporary urban slang until we arrive at my stop. Ah, art. Mr. Ledican had just started talking about our first project for class. As soon as I arrived, he said the word. Olivia's hands shot up. Her gray eyes sprinkled with excitement as she crushed the properly throne. Girl vibrates in her seat as she waves her arm, trying to get the teacher's attention. Ledican's own smile stayed as Olivia engaged in a staring contest with one another. I could only marvel as the two argued with each other as if not speaking a single word. Eventually, one by turning out the lights into a cheap projector hanging on the wall, and playing a safety video about paint that felt too graphic for a school setting. I don't think I'd ever be able to eat barbecue for a while. Though, thoroughly defeated, Olivia crosses her arms and pouts in her seat. And that is why we won't be using any more exotic materials for any projects, Miss Halford. Maybe I should have skipped breakfast entirely. I still don't see the problem. Once you've had all the proper safety handling, of course, in the second semester, you're allowed to use oil-based paints. Until then, however, all assignments will require safer supplies. Now then, since we're pivoted to this, we might as well finish the full video. What the fuck? Holds it through, mumbling to herself as she grabs a metal flask and drinks from it. The entire display of her was mystifying at odds with how Ben and Liz described Olivia. In fact, I kind of remember me. I can understand why, after all, Mr. Ledican is letting Ben and I use some of his equipment for photography. The thrill of experimentation, new possibilities, no doubt brings a creative sparkle to her eyes. No doubt it brings a creative sparkle. What the fuck? Eyes filled with pure malice as she daggers in my way. Oh, was I staring? Oops. Before I could offer an apology, she already had her hands on the wheels. She rolls up to Ledican's desk and leans forward intently. I can't make out anything that's said in the video, but going on the occasion of class is hard to imagine. Crap, I really didn't mean to offend. Ledican notices I'm watching, motions for me to come forward. Slowly, I shift out of my seat and approach the desk. Alright, is something going on here? Speaks in a hushed tone, loud enough for me to hear over the makeshift manatee. Olivia's telling me you're making goofy faces at her. No! I said he's been staring at me all through class! Huh. It's weird. It's like he's never seen anyone like me. Can you move into a different seat? Now, hold on a second, Olivia. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm sure this is all just a misunderstanding. Mr. Ledican! It's like she's a different person here. She finishes a canteen of water, brings it to her mouth. You're giving a lot of leeway when it comes to a seat assignment, but asking for something like this? I just want him to leave me alone. She sips again. What's this all about? Well then, Inko, you tell us. What's on your mind? It can't have disagreements between classmates this early in the year. I'm confused. I didn't know there was any disagreements between us. Well, sometimes it's the little things that you do that don't really think about affect people the most. Anything that comes to mind? I shake my head. Olivia's glare doesn't diminish from my field of view. I mean, I've been a bit curious about her since we sit next to each other, and I'm friends with some of her friends. Well, we all sat together at lunch yesterday. Nods to himself thoughtfully. Sounds like he just wanted to hang out, Olivia. Her face scrunches at the mere thought. Not really interested. He's distracting me from classwork. I want to watch the video without being gawked at. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Does that resolve the issue for you, Olivia? No! I don't want to be somebody in this. I don't want somebody in this class. She goes to take another sip, ends up turning the canteen upside down, all out. Olivia, you could go fill that up if you want. You won't be missing anything. The video's nothing you don't know already, I'm sure. Olivia's eyes me suspiciously, and then slowly moves out the door towards the nearest water fountain. Ledican sighs. Alright. He leans back in his chair with his arms resting behind his head. Inko, I told you yesterday if the air needs clearing, to do it yourself. Now she's in a mood because you were staring at her like a weirdo. And here I thought the two of you would get along. She even gave you that sketch she made of you. Truthfully, I'm impressed, but here we are. What's going on, big guy? Again, sorry. It's been a pretty busy few days. Yeah, I've gotten into a cool friend group. We sit together at lunch. Olivia's there too. She didn't say much, but I got her a soda. Don't know why she's so upset at me. It's nothing personal, Inko. It's not? She's recipient, especially when it comes to change. If you're at her lunch period too, I can see why she'd be wary of you. If you don't mind me asking, Mr. Ledican. Yes? Why is she so open with you? How do you mean? just now. She spoke more conversation than the other times I've seen her yesterday. Just saw the canteen, figured it's something you do with her voice, but it's surprising. Water ball is just her other way around. Her water ball is the other way around. It's unfortunate, but she really can't really talk at all. I'm guessing she just really trusts me. Since I've noticed she was a freshman, she seemed to gravitate towards art, and, well, I taught her, and soon I took her under my wing. But she lives with Damien, right? He sits at the lunch table and barely talks to him. Poor kid. I hope he's doing alright. He seems to be alright. But yeah, she's distant to everyone else. So much I keep hearing weird things about her. He's pulling his chair, suddenly attentive. Is that about you gossiping with Ben yesterday? A bit. He showed up to the table, said about being the same after he left. Probably some drama there, but I don't want to pry. He nods. But also, Liz told me some weird things too. He stops nodding. I know of her. Is something wrong? No. She just said I shouldn't get invested in being her friend. Everyone's real weird about it. I was just curious myself. I guess that's why I was looking at her weird, sorry. He rubs his temples. Aye. It's worse than I thought. What is it? I'll put it this way. You met 3 people that know Olivia other than me. Of the 3, only 1 thinks highly of you, and the other 2 start unloading drama on anyone willing to listen. In this case, you. No wonder you're confused. I hadn't thought of it like that. I don't blame you. You shouldn't be involved in anything stupid. High schoolers, you know? I guess. Letterkin inhales, collecting his thoughts. Bold question then. Do you really want to be Olivia's friend? Huh? I mean, I guess. Touching eyebrows raised my way. Are you really? Or just curious about her? He seems pretty serious about this. Yes, then. Olivia returns to the class, rolls back up to the desk. Back. Have you changed this desk yet? Letterkin nudges his head towards it, expecting proddingly on. I'm sorry I distracted you during your class, Olivia. Looks at Letterkin with a similar nod. Sure? I mean, you're welcome. I mean, thanks. Shit. No, really, I don't want to be distracted. Come on, Olivia. That's the least you could give him another chance. You never know. I don't really want to know. He's like friends with Damien, but I don't really want to, you know? Not in this class. But I'd like to be your friend. She stops and raises an eyebrow. One of those, lots of those going around recently. Like she was expecting this response. She looks to Letterkin for help. Actually, Olivia, I think you'd make a great friend for you. What? His words were like a battering ram. I'm simply saying to give Incohere a chance. Almost imagining Bulwark she hid slowly crumbling from what Letterkin was saying. You both are quite similar at heart, only you may have different methods. Perhaps you'll find some compromise behind cynicism and naivety if you work together. Finally, the last fragments of her imaginary fortress look at the art teacher with timid confusion and painted across her features. Well, I don't... Are you for real, Mr. Letterkin? I am! He's actually another class of mine. I've seen him. He's passionate about his camera, like you are with a brush. And I do expect great things from him. Okay. Sorry, I really thought, Oh! Oops, she accidentally bit her tongue. Her mouth is clamped shut. It's really just my opinion. You can make your own choices, Olivia. She nods furiously. Oops, the movie's about time. You two should go back to your seats. We good here? Olivia side-eyes me again and nods once more. All right. Much as for us to skedaddle, Olivia away to her spot. Thanks, Mr. Letterkin. For what? I just gave you an opinion. I'm serious. It's up to the 2 of you if you want to be friends. Don't screw it up. He waves me off as if to flip the lights. I get back to my seat and stare absent-mindedly at the project screen as I digest Letterkin's words. He'd only given his opinion, but it seems like he also gave me an opportunity to take the right steps in connecting with Olivia. And for what he said about being passionate with the brush, it's gotten to me more curious about our artistic prowess. Speaking of whom, I know she occasionally gives me a side-eye. I don't think she can see my eyes through the dim lights combining with my shades. She stares at me with a sense of curiosity, almost as if she's trying to get a read of me from my face alone. From what I can tell from her facial cues, she seems confused and almost shaken up. It's almost like she wants to say something, but keeps backing away at the last second. It's like her mind is also jousting around from Letterkin's words. Oh god, that even— Ow! Fuck! Oh, that even got me. I got too used to how dark the screen was. Feel my retina burn from the bright, damp evening from my sunglasses. Alright, normally in your first week you'd be doing something simple, like a color scratch wheel. Alright, I think you could all manage with something a bit more advanced. The Gator girl's head whipped around like more advanced. However, whatever Olivia was thinking regarding me seems to be forgotten as she almost focused entirely on the teacher. Mr. Ledekin holds up a stack of papers for us to see. First things first, I'd like you to fill out these topic sheets so that I understand how to safely handle oil-based paints. Last thing we need is another burned-down classroom. The way Mr. Lee uses the words makes me imagine some pretty horrible outcomes. Once you have finished your sheets, bring them to me so I can review them. I know a lot about acrylics. I do Warhammer, Mr. Ledekin. I'll be giving you permission, to know that you won't set yourselves on fire or poison yourselves. The Allosaurus girl in front of me hands me the back of the stack, and I take a page from it before resting it to the Delabogora behind me. My eyes scan over the sheet. What grade of mask do snouts longer than 3 inches require? Realization hits me. I didn't see the first half of that video. My eyes scan over the page and I groan. I have no answers for it. All of it pertaining to dinosaur anatomy. Our teacher looks at me and then to the side. I decipher his meaning, follow his eyes. Oh! I turn my sheet and lean closer to Olivia. Hey, What? What now? What? What is it? I'm not gonna let you draw me. What the hell? Looking at her paper, I could see she's already answered the question I couldn't. I show her my page, tapping the under section that was still blank. Olivia groans and look at Ledekin pleasantly. All she gets for her troubles is a thumbs up. Fine. Here. She holds out her sheet for me. Wait, isn't this cheating? The art teacher wouldn't... When did this get to his desk? Why does he have a sleeping mask? If I look over the answers, I still need safety procedures. What's the difference in the end? Must be thinking. Either way, he doesn't care. I copied the words from the review sheets, doing my best to rephrase them. So my classmate's already working up to Ledekin's desk. He barely reading the pages, not even taking the sleeping mask off. Thanks, Olivia. Whatever. Olivia finishes her page a few seconds later and wheels herself to the desk too. Last answer I'm fairly confident on. Like, what flashpoint means. I get up to Ledekin's desk and place down my safety assignment down. Good. Here's what we should to use hazardous paints. He didn't even bother to look over my worksheet. Removes the eye mask from his face and looks down at one eye. What? Most of the stuff doesn't apply to you, Inko. Just don't drink the paint or get in your eyes, you'll be okay. Yes, Mr. Ledekin. Attaboy! Now back to your desk and wait for the class to end. Tomorrow I'll be starting you all with something simple. Like painting a cube or ball. Yeah, model dodgeball of painting. My mask drops down and I return to my seat. The class reads 5 minutes until lunch. Olivia is back to leering at me. I consider what I should say or do as some kind of icebreaker. Said we're similar, I can sort of see what he means. But I'm a photographer and she's a painter. So, a cubist and a dadist walk in a bar. Have a good lunch now! The moment the bell shoves most of her things in her bag, not caring if the notebook gets crushed, she zips out of the classroom. Guess she doesn't want to get caught in the chaos of the lunchroom stampede. I don't want neither. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a quits here. Yeah, this is already long as fuck. So, that's gonna be that. This is pretty epic. This is pretty cool. We're gonna continue this. And, yeah, it's gonna be good. That's about it.